feel like I need to clarify something because freaking Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers brought me up. Now, to give you context, let me see if I can find it, but this thumbnail you see right here was for my video. I made a video 4 months ago when the second official trailer for the Mario Brothers movie came out. I did my own reaction. Then I started seeing reactions, and one thing I kept seeing from a lot of people was this whole narrative of Peach being a girl boss. Everyone saying that the movie was going to become woke. And you can even see it here closer in the top left corner. All these other thumbnails are not mine. Mine is here in the top left. To prove it to you, I actually wore my Multiverse of Movies logo shirt. So I guess this just confirmed that I am the person. Now, I saw Brown Table. He's been one of my favorite channels for a while. He put up the thumbnail acting as if Jeremy was the one that made the thumbnail. Then I started seeing a lot of people, and it kind of spiraled to a funny way, but I was like, it's not a big deal. Then my boy CJH sends me this tweet from Chris Reagan. I'm not familiar with who he is. All I know is he's somewhat known, right? And so then Jeremy responds to it. Now, people were using my thumbnail, acting as if it was him. I don't know how. My thumbnail, I mean, not my thumbnail, my logo is literally right there in the top left corner. Not only that, but this person screenshotted it, and if all you had to do was scroll down or at least watch the video, and you'd figure that no, it's not him. Now, my video is just me responding to his comments. Now, I'll admit, my thumbnails and titles do often come off as crazy and reactionary. Like, my thumbnails are very crazy, but I think that's quite literally every YouTuber. You go to Mr. Beast, he has crazy thumbnails and titles and all that. It's every YouTuber you'll ever come across. Same applies with Jeremy. All his videos are woke, Brie Larson, this, that. Now let's read what my title says. It says Super Mario Bros. Movie woke. Princess Peach is an SJW girl boss. Ray Skywalker again. Now in his video, I have not seen this video since I made that video, but in his video, which I watched entirely, and I think I watched it on this video, I don't remember, go check it out. The thing he does say, he doesn't come out and say, oh, I think this movie will be woke. What he says exactly is he says he has a worry that he thinks Peach is coming off as an SJW girl boss, and it feels like Ray Skywalker. That is what he said. I decided to make a video on that because I saw a lot of people were going with that narrative and were believing it. And this wasn't probably the last time I ever had any of the fandom menace types on my thumbnails, because last year in 2022 and near the end of 2021, I went through this what I call woke phase. Obviously, the term woke to me is the most stupid term I've heard in a while. It's a term that's lost all meaning, but that is what I call my 2022 period. And I'm not saying because it was kind of like a weird time in my life. I'm young. I'm 21 years old. And I was starting to have a lot of things in my mind that started to change, a lot of my perspectives in life, because I come from a very conservative area. I come from a Christian traditional household. I come from these certain beliefs. And last year was not last year, but 2021 was a time where my mind was expanding its horizon. I used to be very homophobic. I stopped being homophobic. Same thing with, I used to be very transphobic. I had a lot of mind shift that happened. And what happened with that is I started watching a lot of YouTubers like Destiny, Xander Hall, Vosh. I did unsubscribe from both Xander Hall and Vosh, but I still like Destiny. And I started going through this phase where I felt like I needed to make these videos as I was acting virtuous. And I won't lie to you, I look back and I think, all right, I'm acting virtuous. I feel like it's very stupid the way I'm acting. And I'm not saying I was wrong, because I still criticize a lot of these woke guys. I feel like that term has lost all meaning. I feel like half the time the thing they're talking about isn't really woke. There's been times I have criticized virtue signaling, and there's been times I've criticized being cringy. The first episode of She-Hulk, I think that's cringy. In fact, the iCarly revival series, I watched that and no one was talking about that, but I thought there was a lot of scenes in that show that were very cringy, right? Ghostbusters 2016, there's been times where I don't even say the word woke because I hate that term so much because no one even uses it properly anymore. But those were cringy movies that I have criticized. And to even prove it to you, 7 months ago, I actually made a video defending Sydney Sweeney because she was being canceled because people thought she was a Trump supporter or her family was Trump supporters. But that is proof that I'm not just going to criticize you because of a political side. I'm going to criticize you if you say something stupid, and I'll comment on it. But yeah, I won't lie to you. In 2022, I went through my woke phase, which was me making videos on every YouTuber. I basically became, my channel for a period of time was just me talking about neurotic, Geeks and Gamers. I forgot what that fat guy's name is. The baby thumbnail. I don't remember. Um, and so a lot of people thought this was my thumbnail. Now, this was the last time I made a video on it. I still will talk about the woke topic, but it will usually be in a broader sense, not just Geeks and Gamers, because something I learned is I want to build my channel on movie talk. And occasionally I will talk about the woke topic. One thing I don't want to do is constantly bring up YouTubers. There's a lot of smaller channels like mine that their entire channel will be built on talking about Grace Randolph, talking about John Campea. And that will build them to a small amount of success, but it won't help them in the long term because people don't want to hear about other YouTubers all that much. They want to hear about them, but only once or twice. And so I've made it my journey on YouTube that if I do talk about a YouTuber, it'll be like once every blue moon. It used to be every week. It was a new video on Geeks and Gamers. This freaking picture right here you see of Jeremy doing the eye thing. That used to be saved in my gallery so that when I made my thumbnails on my phone, I could quickly pull up the picture. So I stopped, and I think it was around the summer I was like, hey, I gotta calm down. I started reevaluating a lot of my positions in life. That's something that I do a lot in my life. I'll often change my mindset on something. I don't know. It is what it is. But one thing I started changing is instead of because one of my issues with those videos I made, and I can't even rewatch them because they're cringy. I was acting very serious. I was acting like as if what I was doing was the right thing. Now I just kind of make my videos. I just kind of have fun with it, and I like to shoot the shit. And that's what I do with. That's what I started doing in my final videos about the grifters. I started just kind of making fun of them. I started kind of just poking the bear. That's kind of how it was. Then after that, I just stopped entirely because it's not fun. I want to talk about a new movie announcement, a new trailer, right? And so then, out of nowhere, the Mario movie comes out. I actually made a video about it yesterday, and I did criticize the whole hypocrisy. How it began with people saying this movie could be woke to now all of a sudden now this movie is anti-woke. And it's funny because you're seeing like a weird mixture. Now, I criticize that. Didn't criticize any YouTuber specifically. Just made that video. But one thing that is coming out is that those people who believe my position have been using these thumbnails to be like, hey guys, look, this guy made this thumbnail that Mario is woke and all that. And they used my thumbnail. Now, I don't know what kind of idiot actually saw my thumbnail and thought this is a Jeremy thumbnail. First of all, Jeremy's thumbnails are a little different. You have like half of it is like a black bar and it says Marvel's gone woke, and then it'll show his reaction like doing this and then showing freaking Kathleen Kennedy or Brie Larson crying with the piles of cash burning in the background. That's usually a traditional Jeremy thumbnail. And also my logo's right there. My logo's on the top left. Did no one see that and think, oh, I wonder why this is here? Why would Jeremy put this here? Right? Like, it's kind of obvious. That's the one thing. Like, if I didn't have my logo there, I could kind of understand why you think it's a Jeremy video. But anyways, let's finally get to what he said. So he says, I defended Peach in this video. You weirdos are too stupid to understand that. Thank you for proving me right once again. And that's one of the issues. And also, I do want to clarify. I used to actually follow Jeremy back in the day. The reason why I did, the main reason was because I did hate what Brie Larson says. Until this day, I still say, hey, what she made that comment about white critics during the Wrinkle in Time stuff. What she said during that time was stupid. I criticized it, and at the time, when I was younger, I was like 16 when those comments first released, or when she made those comments, I mean. And, you know, as a dumb 16-year-old, you're seeing a lot of these videos in the algorithm push to you. I started subscribing to Geeks and Gamers. And I did like his content, and I still think that Jeremy, honestly, is an entertaining guy. I still think that he has certain things that make him fun, but overall he just has so many stupid takes that it baffles me someone can have so many stupid takes, right? Anyways, and the one thing I criticize a lot more about Jeremy more now than I did before, and it's not like I talk about him, but when people bring him up to me, I'll say one of my issues with Jeremy is anytime somebody criticizes him, he acts like he's all about, oh, I'm allowing everyone to criticize me, but my PlayStation just made a sound. But anytime someone does, he will call them NPCs, he'll call them woke, he will just kind of throw them off. This is the same thing as what a lot of liberals do when they get into an argument, they call somebody a Nazi or racist. Jeremy does the same thing, he just does it for the opposite side. Also, his channel is basically just virtue signaling to one side. That some people don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. That's what I used to do. I used to virtue signal for the left side on my channel. Now I am more like, okay, while I am a leftist progressive, I also understand my channel should not be a political channel. My channel should be about movies. Occasionally there will be politics brought up, but I should make it minimal because at the end of the day, this is called the multiverse of movies. That is something I learned. But sorry if I went on a long comment on it. But Jeremy's comment in this video was essentially Princess Peach. He was worried that Princess Peach would be an SJW Girlboss, and he did say it feels like Rey Skywalker. That is what he said. That is the facts. I saw that video. I probably need to rewatch it again, but that was the facts. I made a video on it to comment on it. But then he responds, he's saying, here's my video. And yeah, this was the video. Here's my video. The thumbnail people are sharing isn't mine. Somebody that hates me made that one from what I gather. Either way, I defended Peach against the girl boss concerns prior to the film coming out. Now, in your first trailer reaction, you did show that. You were one of the first people I heard say that. And so I went out and talked about it. Now, and this is what I criticized from this comment. He just kind of throws me off as somebody that hates you. I don't hate you. I don't know you personally. I've always said this. If I met you personally, maybe I have a different mindset from you. I know a lot of conservative people. That's why I tend to be, like, a lot of my liberal people here on YouTube will often criticize me because of how charitable I am to a lot of conservatives. The reason why I am is because I live in the bumfuck middle of nowhere, Texas, all right? I live with a lot of conservatives. There was a Trump rally near where I live not long ago. Or not. That was probably in last year, actually. Why am I acting as if this happened just yesterday? Oh, no. Last year. A lot of my closest friends are conservatives. I tend to be very charitable. But one thing I will do is I will criticize your take if I need to. And I already admit that in 2022 I went through this weird phase. Last couple of months I've learned a lot. And I just don't like that he just kind of throws me off as a hater. Because I won't lie to you, I do think Jeremy does watch a lot of the videos criticizing him. I made a lot of them. A lot of them made thousands of views. And I don't have the proof. But there was one time he did comment on my video. It was back in 2020. There was this podcast that made this hour-long essay saying that Jeremy is a white supremacist and that Ryan is a proof that Jeremy can convert you to white supremacy, whatever. I made a video defending him, and he commented and he said, thanks, man, that means a lot. And that is true. That is true. Now, I deleted that video because I didn't want to have white supremacist in my title. I do admit I should have changed the title, but I still stand by this. Jeremy is obviously not a white supremacist from what I've gathered. Obviously, I don't know him personally. For all I know, he's probably going with the torch. Now, I will make fun of them. I will always make fun of them. But recently, I've not made videos on them. You can go on my channel. At most, you'll probably see like one John Campea video in the last however many months. But yeah, just to clarify, this is my thumbnail. But yeah, he did bring me up. I'm sorry, but here's this comment. Somebody that hates me made that one from what I gather. From when he says this part, this is my assumption that he probably saw my channel, probably searched up Geeks and Gamers Multiverse movies, and he saw a lot of videos where I criticized him. And I'll admit, I'm glad that I've moved on from that era. But it is funny. It is funny to see this. Because there was a time where I wanted to debate Jeremy. Nowadays, I don't really look for debates or stuff like. I mean, I will if I have to, but it is kind of funny because now the people responding to this are like, "Oh, look, Jeremy, they're doing essentially what people did about this thumbnail, assuming it was Jeremy's." Now there's people saying, "Oh, this person is a hater. This person's this person's that." Bro, this is actually funny, man. This is actually genuinely funny seeing how people genuinely thought this was his thumbnail. Like, bro, my logo's right there, man. How? It's like you purposely are wanting to damage someone's reputation like that. But no, this was funny. This is an admission from D-Day Cobra, Jeremy, that he is familiar with my content. But I have not made videos on him in a while, so it is what it is. Although other lesser YouTubers will, if this was to happen, they would have made like 4 live streams, other videos. Of course, I know a certain somebody who always talks about Geeks and Gamers, so, and not only that, but Jeremy has been on that guy's channel many times, so That is the funny thing about it. But me, no, personally, I just thought it was funny. It was funny because I was getting a lot of messages and a lot of DMs from people saying, "Oh, Jeremy dissed you," and I'm like, not really. I mean, he's being very silly about this. Somebody that hates me made that one, from what I gather. It's like, okay. Oh, I did leave him a comment. I said, "I don't hate you. I don't know you personally. Made the video in reaction to your comment. It's what you do all the time. Same with me, same with a lot of YouTubers." Yeah, he does the same thing a lot of the time. You do this with Kathleen Kennedy. You do this with Daisy Ridley or Brie Larson. You do this all the time. You just don't like it when people hit you back with it. Want to know what's the proof? Because you keep calling them NPC bots and everything, like, you know. But anyways, it was funny. No harm, no foul. This actually was funny because I didn't even think about it. I mean, yesterday I did think about it because I'm like, oh, a lot of people think it's his thumbnail. I don't know how you come up with that conclusion, but it is what it is. But then today I get this. This is funny. I'm actually getting a lot of memories from 2022, like especially early 2022, when I was going heavy on this criticism, bro. That was a funny time. But anyways, that's it for my video. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. You know, if this happens again, it will be a funny thing to cover. But anyways, see you on the next one. Ciao.